Hey there, my YouTube peeps. Have you guys ever done that thing where, you do a video on your phone, you go and you look at it again, okay, that's cool, and then you accidentally delete it? I just did that. So this is my second run at it. But in a way it's okay, because I was watching this thing, I was doing this really weird stuff with my mouth. I was trying to chase a piece of food around, and so I could get it out from between my lip and my gum where it was bothering me. And it just looked real strange. So, I'm going, oh Lord, that's what everybody wants to watch. A fat lady with a toilet hat chasing food around in her mouth. Take that, Nicole Arbour. Oh shit. Have you guys seen the big brouhaha about Nicole Arbour, I think her name is, and her Dear Fat People video? I hadn't heard about it until I was watching Reagan on Disruptive Girl, her channel, and she was mentioning it and, kind of responding to it a little bit. So I went and took a look at it and some other people's responses. This Nicole Arbour, she's been around for a long time. She says she's been on YouTube since 2006, and I don't know if she's been doing videos that long or what, but she's kind of like a Jenna Marbles knockoff, sort of similar kind of run at things. But Jenna Marbles is Jenna Marbles has class. She's a foul-mouthed, classy person. But this Nicole Arbour is, yeah, she pushes things past the limit of funny into I'll do anything for a laugh, which is kind of desperate and doesn't necessarily read well. So, I don't know. There were some things about her and her videos that I like, and I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why she only has 94,000 subscribers after all this time and all this effort. Her stuff is very well edited. She's you can tell she's an entertainer, but she's not my cup of tea. And anyway, so she did this Dear Fat People video that kind of is like, well, just go watch it. Go watch it. See what you think. I didn't find it offensive. I just found it a little bit trying too hard-ish. But then, I just don't find that kind of thing problematic. I mean, go out there and, make fun of whoever you want to make fun of. It's a free country. If that's what you want to do, do it. If that's what floats your boat. You'll either get lots and lots of subscribers, or you'll really have to try hard for the few that you've got. Whatever. So, let's see. I went and watched that. I'm lying in this now tepid bath, and I'm telling you what, I am very disappointed. My hot water is not heating up, which means I may be out of propane. I'm not sure. Maybe. Grant turned the water heater down. I don't think so, though. He normally doesn't do that. If we're going to be gone, he'll do that, but we're not going to be gone. So the water heater shouldn't be turned down, so I got to check it. Anyway, it's real disappointing when, at the end of the day, I don't know if you guys any of you like hot baths as well as I like them. I love hot baths. And real hot, like you can barely stand it kind of hot, which is supposed to be bad for high blood pressure and bloody fucking blah. But you know what? It feels so good. I don't care. Kind of like those ice creams I eat occasionally that makes me a fat person, Nicole Arbour. Feels good. Anyhow, so here I lie in this lukewarm water, and I'm almost thinking about getting in my truck, driving down to my mom's house and getting in her bathtub, because I know they've got hot water. That's how much I like a hot bath. I'm thinking too about being 40 days away from my own bathtub, right? And I am going to miss hot baths so bad. I'm going to miss them so much that as we travel along and we have to stay in places, pay for RVs, rental places or whatever, I want to try to find the places with the spa, because I tell you what, I'm really going to miss my hot water, particularly if we end up encountering a lot of storms, which I think we probably will. I have a feeling that that we're gonna meet some weather on this trip. Found out that we're just narrowly missing, hopefully, I mean if it comes in on schedule, we're narrowly missing the first real cold front of the season in the western states. Nevada, Idaho, into Wyoming, there's this cold front coming that's going to drop some snow and bring a lot of high winds. 20 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds with 50, 60 mile an hour gusts is what they're thinking, which is, it's dangerous to travel in that, particularly when you're hauling a trailer. So supposedly when we go through there later in the week, that'll be over, but who knows. Wouldn't that be interesting? Trial by fire. Pick up damn trailer, pull out of the lot, and boom, you get hit with a 50 mile an hour gust. Wouldn't that be fun? And, you know, Rosie O'Kelly, I don't know if you're going to watch this, but you're going to get a chuckle out of this. I have been watching all of your, you know, Rolling Rancho videos as you check everything out so carefully and put, you know, all the new stuff that needs to be put on, and you're dialing it all in, and you're doing these little, you know, these little short little runs. And I mean, you're really doing it right, and you're doing it well, and with comprehensive understanding of your rig. And I'm just so impressed. I'm just going to pick up the damn trailer and pull out of the lot. I've never done that before in my life. I have absolutely no idea how to, you know, turn shit on, or, you know, how to turn, or any of that. So our trip might last, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks until I run into something. I don't know. Oh, God. But you know what? I'm a fairly intrepid person. I'm pretty smart. I have driven with trailers, never travel trailers, but I have driven with trailers. So I kind of get, you know, the swoop and how to use the mirrors and all that. I get it sort of conceptually, but not real well. So we shall see how all that turns out. Yeah, I'm just sort of giddy with overwork and being tired, and you know, I'm having separation anxiety about leaving, you know, my home and my husband and my kids and my dogs and my cats and my mom and everybody. I'm just, well, you know, I feel the pull when I leave. I can feel my people, you know, however many miles away and all of that. So I know I will be happy to get home when it's time to get home, which, you know, isn't going to negate all the fun and excitement and all of that. But I'll still feel it. So yeah, I'm just feeling kind of nervous, kind of weird, kind of overtired, very, 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 very achy. I hurt from stem to stern. I ache literally from my eyebrows down. Everything hurts. And usually when I'm doing heavy work, it takes about 3 days, and then I'm in the zone. The pain's gone. That's not happening now. The pain is not going away. If anything, it's getting worse, and that scares me a little bit. I'm used to like bouncing back, and I'm not bouncing back. It might possibly be because I've been in calorie deficit. I've been trying to knock off weight while I'm doing all of this extra heavy work, and maybe that's part of it, but I don't know. So anyway, there we go. That's it. I've got lots of weird video bits and pieces to upload. I've been just taking little snippets of stuff here and there the past, you know, 3-4 days, whatever. So you're going to get some odd little videos from me, but that's all right. So I hope everybody is having an absolutely wonderful Labor Day, and, you know, lots of picnics and barbecues and friends and family, and rest from work, which is the whole idea. And I will just see you guys later. Bye. Well, it's the next morning, and I'm back in the bathtub hoping for a hot bath. It's better today, but it's not steaming hot, but still it's hot enough that I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so getting old has got all kinds of problems. One of the problems I'm having now with being old is that I'll want to read something in the bathtub, and I'll forget that I have to have my reading glasses, and if they're not on my head, which is where they've been living recently, I get in the bathtub, which practically takes an act of Congress. I mean, getting me in the bathtub, you can imagine. Anyhow, and I'm there with my book, and I don't have my dang glasses. Oh, Lord. I wanted to sit down in this bathtub and read from this Beacon Lights of History that Grant brought home. Look at the title. The Beacon Lights of History. Old Pagan Civilizations. That just looks so fun. This was written, the series of books was written in the 1880s, late 1880s. So I'm sure it has all sorts of interesting things to share. Anyway, part of why I'm back on the, let me see, let me check this out with my feet. Are we still hot? We're still pretty hot. Okay, good. Anyhow, part of why I'm back is because I keep thinking about Nicole Arbour and her Dear Fat People video. And some other things have occurred to me that are more general statements about YouTube and creative endeavors on YouTube. And it occurred to me that any creative video that's designed to entertain, well, all videos, but it's especially important with creative ones, where you have two components, really. You've got the content, all right, and then you have the technique of expressing that content. When it comes to technique of expression, and we're going to use Nicole Arbour as an example, her technique of expression is very good. Her videos are they're well shot, well lit, well edited. She has a lot of kind of behavioral or acting chops that I'm sure she's worked on and honed. Things like the funny faces that she pulls and the weird mouth expressions and that sort of stuff. And she knows how to use them to great advantage, too. I'm turning this off so I don't have to yell. Anyway, so, you know, I have to give her props on that. She's done a good job with technique of execution. But the problem is her content. Her content is, it's mediocre, and she's always grabbing for the low-hanging fruit, if you know what I mean. The Dear Fat People was a perfect example of that. I could see, well, no, let me back up. So, for me, there was a jarring disconnect between her choice of content and the way it was executed, which was very well done. And it reminded me very much of the most recent VMAs with Miley Cyrus running the three-ring circus. It doesn't matter how much money you spend, how many fabulous drag queens you have on stage with you. If your content is lacking, all the money in the world is not going to hide the fact that you're torpedoing your career, you know, which essentially is where she seems to be going, in my opinion. So it seems that, to me, that if you contrast, like I was talking about last night, if you contrast, what's her name? Nicole, with Jenna Marbles, what you see is the quality of the content is shifted far, far in Jenna Marbles' direction. She's, you know, she's raunchy, but she's also sensitive, intelligent. She has more to say than just the obvious. And she's creative. She's the one that gets copied, you know, not the other way around. Her technique of execution is good. I don't think it's even as slick as this Arbour girl. Often, Jenna Marbles' lighting isn't as good. her editing is good, but it's
Okay.
not. I got a phone call while I was filming, so I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if I got, if it stopped, and now I just immediately jump cut to this. I'm not sure. I'll find out. Anyhow, so, you can take a lot of, you could go a long way on really good content without having to jump up your technical execution. But it doesn't work so well the other way around. If all you have is technical execution, you have a hard time going very far for very long. And, you know, we see that all over the entertainment industry. We see that with recording artists who have a following with tweens and teens, and then they age out of that demographic, and somebody else comes up and takes their place, and then we have other recording artists who have long careers because they are content creators. So, there you go.